first learned I was pregnant, I knew right away that I wasn't ready to parent, and I was I was basically terrified at that point, and a little bit devastated as well. I had gone to church on a Sunday morning, and by that afternoon, I definitely knew that I wanted to place the baby for adoption. So I grabbed the phone book. That's how long ago this was. I grabbed the phone book and just started looking up adoption agencies. Because it was a Sunday afternoon, there was literally no one answering the phone at any agency except for the open door. They were the only agency that had a counselor on the line, and she talked to me for a long time. It must have been 20 or 30 minutes, and she answered my questions, and she just made me feel better about the situation. She made me feel less scared, and I felt like I'd found people that would support me through the whole process. Since they were the only people that had someone answering the phone on a Sunday, to me, that meant that they really cared about birth mothers, and that my experience was, I just felt like I would have a better experience with them. I think when you know you're going to place a baby for adoption, you're a birth mother. You know, there's nothing good about birth mothers on television or in the movies. It's all sort of negative. So I was kind of scared. And the fact that they had someone answering the phones on a Sunday, to me, meant that they really cared about me. Well, when I first learned that I was pregnant, like I said, I was pretty terrified. And I was I was in my early 20s. I was still in school, and I didn't have a lot of resources. And I knew that my family really wouldn't be able to help me much. Not because they didn't care, they just didn't have a lot of resources either. I knew that the birth father wouldn't be as involved as I wanted him to. He wasn't ready either. He's really immature. And I knew I didn't want to have an abortion either. It just wasn't an option for me. I felt like the little life growing inside me really was a life, and I didn't want to destroy that. And for me, the big choice was, do I parent or do I place for adoption? And I think because I was raised in a single parent home myself, and without a lot of resources, without a lot of opportunities, I didn't really have a dad or any real male influence in my life that was positive. And I just knew that I wanted something better for my child, and I wanted something better for me. You know, I didn't want to spend, 15 or 20 years struggling and trying to make a good life without the resources and the opportunities that I wanted both of us to have. When I talk to other potential birth mothers, you know, I tell them a lot of things. One of the main things I tell them is to try to think about the long term, and I talk about the fact that adoption is hard. You know, it's a hard process to go through. There are times where you're really sad, and it's a struggle. But parenting without the right resources and parenting before you're ready is a struggle too. And what I have found, my experience has been that adoption can actually be a source of great joy in your life as the years go by. And adoption, when it's done well, when you approach it the right way, can actually be a great choice. Really is one of the greatest joys of my life is being a birth mother. There is still a big stigma there, and I think that there's no reason for that. I think being a birth mother is nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed of. I tell everyone that I'm a birth mother, and it's something that I'm really proud of because I think it shows a lot of personal strength, first of all, and I think that it shows you've given an amazing gift. As the years have gone on, it's just been a source of great joy for me to know that I help them have the family that they always wanted to have and that they wouldn't have been able to have without adoption. I think that there is no easy decision when you have an unplanned pregnancy. None of the decisions are something that you really want to do, that you're excited about. But what I have found with adoption is that as the years have gone on, it's brought me more and more joy and happiness. And that's something that with an abortion, you always wonder, you never know. You don't get to see that child grow up. You don't get to give a gift to someone else. And so I think that that's what makes adoption a better choice.